tscircuit is a new framework for building electronics. It makes building electronics a lot like web development. So I'm going to get started by running tsci dev. That's the command line utility. And then I'm going to open up the browser preview in my browser. So the project I'm working on is a keyboard, kind of a standard default 60% keyboard. So we can go ahead and look at the schematic. It's doing some processing in the background, doing auto routing and stuff like that. But you can see there's basically just a microcontroller, a Pico, Raspberry Pi Pico, and then a bunch of keys and diodes. So that's basically what this project is. If we go over to the PCB, you can see there's a bunch of keys, and there's our Pico microcontroller, and everything is connected together. So this is like a legit printed circuit board. You can order this. If we go to File, Export, Fabrication Files, we can download the zip file that we can then upload to a manufacturer. That's going to include our bill of materials, pick and place files, everything. So basically, you just upload that file, and you can get a PCB sent to your door. So that's kind of the power of tscircuit. It allows you to make stuff like this. But let's look at the code. So the project has a couple files. The main file where everything starts is the index file, just kind of same as web development, right? And so we've got this key matrix right here. That's what kind of does our diodes and our keys. And then we've got the Pico, and you can see we're sort of labeling all the connections. So we're saying, hey, there's all these nets, and we want things to connect to those nets. If we go inside the key matrix code, you can see we have stuff like a group. We have a key component, which is imported from the registry, and I'll show how importing works in a second. And then we have this diode component, which is this sort of local custom footprint component that we imported from JLC PCB. Something that's really cool about this keyboard is you might have noticed like there's not like X and Y positions for the keys. We determine them using the keyboardlayouteditor.com website, and we just programmatically parse this. So basically the cool part of this is you can paste in any keyboard layout and just get a PCB for it. So that's kind of the power of tscircuit. Very, very configurable, very like, you know, you can do anything you can program basically. Let's take a look at the platform or registry. So if I were to run tsci push, it would push up to the registry, and that's where your sort of reusable components are. It's a lot like the NPM registry. In fact, it is an NPM registry. It implements the NPM registry. So that's where our key is. We imported this key, and so it's being used in this circuit, and we can look at the schematic view for it. It's just a button. We can look at the bill of materials. It's sourcing from JLC PCB. We can get a 3D view. It's kind of off the PCB there, but it doesn't really matter because it's a module. So that's like you plug in this. This is how a keyboard works. You like plug in the key shaft to the key socket. So tscircuit is kind of this platform, this command line tool, and this framework for developing electronics in a totally new way that's a lot more similar to web development.